Attention crew, it's time to make it so. Reporting for duty are your fearless co-hosts, Crewman PVG, bringing the logic, Crewman Magix, keeping it bold, and Crewman Tommy, ready with the photon torpedo of hot takes. From classic episodes to new frontiers, Klingon phrases to Starfleet trivia, no quadrant is off limits. So grab your tricorder, set your phasers to fun, and prepare for another warp speed ride through the final frontier. This is Technically Trek.
Laying a course, maximum warp.
Aye, Captain.
Engage.
Look at this guy. Welcome, everybody. We are live. This is the Technically Trek podcast, the one and only, where we will tell it like it is. I just came up with that, by the way, everybody. Hello in the chat. We got Crewman Craig, Crewman Sherry. Hello. Yes,
hello,
let's
crewmans.
roll. And in the room here, we've got Crewman PVG. He's going to give us a brilliant little intro.
Coming to you live from Southern Illinois in the Alpha Quadrant.
Got it. Let's swing it over to Crewman Magix. Top that one.
Well, I put the N in fun. And
we also got Chief Scott in the chat. Konnichiwa, he says. Ayo hozayo gozaimasu. That was a little over the top, sorry.
That was a little over the top.
We got Happy in the chat. Hello, Happy.
That was a bit racist.
Oh, saying hi to Happy? Yes.
That right there. There we go.
And here on this podcast, this is a podcast, by the way, and we talk about all things Trek, Trek. And not the bicycle Trek. Every now and then that'll pop up in my feed, like bicycle stuff. Trek bicycles, I guess they're really popular.
Trek bike?
Yeah, they're the expensive bikes, I suppose. I could never afford one of those.
Real lightweight.
Yeah. But what did you guys think about that last episode of Starfleet Academy? Good stuff, huh?
No.
It's sad when you don't even remember that the new episode is out for a couple days.
You're not even anxious to look, to watch it.
When the first episodes came out, I remember staying up till midnight that day to watch it Wednesday, going into Thursday at midnight. Because even though, right, everybody 90%, 95% of people were saying, "Oh God, these trailers look so bad." It looks terrible based on the trailers, but of course we want to give it a chance. We want to see for ourselves. Maybe they just have the worst marketing team ever known, and they just put out the worst trailers. But we were wrong. We were very wrong.
Can it get any worse?
Well, we say that every week. We say it can't get worse.
And it does.
They find a way.
Man.
They find a way. I think episode 6 kind of took a turn and we thought, okay, here we go. Here we go. Because that was an episode that had New Spraka, right? The Vulcan kid got killed and Betazoid girl was popping heads like that girl off The Boys. And we thought, okay.
Or Carrie.
Or 7.
No, Carrie actually blew people up, though. Like the movie Carrie.
Yeah. And
I'm not talking about 7 of 9.
You're talking about 7.
Strange,
Brad Pitt. Yeah, Brad Pitt.
Strange New World. Or, you know what I'm talking
Voyager?
about. No.
When you say 7, when you say
trying
7,
to say 6, 7?
Stranger Things.
That's 11.
11. Ow.
This motherfucker went 7 and forgot the 11.
I think it's 7-Eleven. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Please
when you say 7 on a Star Trek podcast, there's an assumption.
7 of 9.
That you're referring to 7 of 9.
And no one would ever think that you meant 11.
Not even a little bit.
6 7s.
Yeah, so this last episode, I think it's episode 8. So we're coming down the home stretch. I found it to be really bad. Maybe not as bad as the previous episode that was about the hologram, the whole episode. But it's pretty bad. Tilly was there. Tilly came back. But it's not the Tilly that was on the red carpet that night. This was little thick Tilly. Little weird looking Tilly. I don't know. Something different about her.
Oh, chunk tie Tilly.
Something not right about the way she was looking.
Why are you making fun of my Tilly like that? She had a little chunk tie.
I mean, I'm a proponent of chunk thigh.
No, you're not. You are not a proponent of
I'm pro chunk thigh.
Okay.
Pro creamy chunk thigh.
But yeah, she's changed, man. She's I was literally just reading an article I was gonna send you guys. I mean, she's 954 years old. You know, they dropped that whole the "We're the Women That Time Forgot" thing when her, Reno, and the Lanthanite Aki were hanging out, and it's like, man, I mean, she's been through some ish. But she was not as a lot of people noted, she was not the bright-eyed, she was not the Harry Kim that she used to be. And that's what it was. She used to be like the Harry Kim. And now she is not.
Well, it got me thinking, and I almost watched some old Discovery episodes. And I also heard that Discovery has been getting a lot of rewatches on Paramount because of this last episode of people maybe going back to watch some Tilly history. But what I wanted to watch is the reason Tilly kind of disappeared in the last 2 seasons of Discovery is I thought she went back to teach at Starfleet Academy. But I need to clarify that. I need to go back and see why she actually left. Because Starfleet Academy obviously didn't start up until now. Mm-hmm. So why would she have gone back? What would she have been doing? Like just
I think she went back to think that she was going to teach at Starfleet Academy. And then she got there and was like, oh, shit, y'all ain't got nobody here to teach. I think she went back and assuming Starfleet Academy was still there. And then she got sent on a recruiting mission. Maybe she is the one that got all those little orbs on all those planets, like the one that Jalen found. That's the closest thing I could think of because otherwise this whole show makes no sense.
Yeah, the whole Tilly timeline makes no sense because if she had, so even if she said, okay, I'm going to go teach at Starfleet Academy, as soon as they said, well, the Starfleet Academy is kind of closed right now, so you can go back to your ship. Like, why wouldn't she have gone back to Discovery?
So I
make it make sense.
So this is the reason why I say this is because this is what my brother did. He went from University of North Carolina to, I forgot what this other university is, but he basically became a recruiter. And they sent him literally all over the world to recruit students. And that's what you do is you go there and you present why these students should come to your university. It's like sports scouting. So I'm assuming that when she got there and she realized that, oh, we don't have students here, and they're like, yeah, we need to get students here, but we have no people to go find out what kind of students we need. Oh, wait, you're from the era of when Starfleet was grand and just. Please go out and recruit people or find these places that have people that has a population worth recruiting from. And I think that's what she did. But it's unsaid and it's unspoken. Yeah. Definitely one of those things that they could have filled in. Because otherwise, this is one of those plot points that I'm going to go ahead and say it. Gen Alpha, you would never have thought of, and then you would have found yourself writing into a hole like 2 seasons from now or another series from now and be like, oh, well, we don't know how that happened because we never wrote about it. We didn't refer to the Star Trek Bible or the Starfleet Academy Bible that gives a backstory on the characters and how they got there and all that other shit. You just left it open and blank. And now when you hire somebody else to come back and try and revive this series after 5 years, you're not going to know how to fill in the blank. And you're going to lose viewers. My thought.
That's kind of what I think is the problem with the show in general, is there's not enough character building. There's not enough explanations. Because it's like, we want to like the show. We want to like the characters. But you just kind of forced them on us and said, it is what it is. They're Starfleet Academy. They're cadets.
Right.
Just accept it. You know, no explanation needed.
It's like, oh, it's they're here by magic. They're just magically here.
Just deal with it. That's basically the writers of Star Trek are just saying, of Starfleet Academy specifically, are just saying, you know what? You don't need an explanation. You just need to accept that they're cadets.
They're literally doing the parent. It is because I said so.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. And unlike you, Gen Alphas, some of us are older and we don't accept that as an answer anymore.
Yeah.
But this last episode was okay. I didn't find it. I found the Sam portion of the episode more intriguing than everything else, except for one scene, possibly 2, because it showed that there might be another Klingon in the Academy, but I'm not sure because the dude looks Klingon and you see him for a couple of seconds, so you can't really tell. He may be a Kazon, I don't know.
When Sam came back?
In the scene where Tilly has them in this class, which apparently was designed to have a whole lot more people than the 8 main characters of the show, there is a chick and a dude sitting behind all the main characters in these bleacher-style stadiums. And I immediately noticed the chick because I was like, that's not a teenager, that's a woman. That is a grown woman HBA ratio. We need to see who that is because it is a way better HBA ratio than everyone else on the show that I've seen so far. Like, who is this woman? And then they cut to the other side, and there's a guy sitting behind the other side of the aisle. And I'm like, is that a Klingon? I was more interested in the background actors or characters than I was of the actual characters in the show. And I'm like, that's kind of sad. That's kind of sad if that's your take on it. And I need to actually get to our stream so I can see if Tom's posting up something here that I can see. Did you happen to capture it?
No.
The scene that I was referring to? Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, so.
But yeah, everything else that took place in that scene, I really didn't give a shit about. They could have been, I think we were talking about Death of the Salesman or something. I didn't really care about that. I knew it was one of those, oh, at the end, we're all going to hold hands and sing Kumbaya and everything will be all right. I was like, I don't give a fuck. Get back to the whole Sam issue and the doctor because that's more Trekkie and I'm more interested in that than I am of this.
Yeah,
round table of feelings.
I mean, I didn't like. So this whole thing with the theater, Tilly teaching theater, that was just kind of weird, and it almost feels like it caught Tilly off guard too. Like, oh, by the way, Tilly, you're going to teach theater because these guys were just in a traumatic event on the Miyazaki, and can you do this little theater thing with them to break them out of their funk? And Tilly's
I don't think it was told that she had to do theater. I think they just said we need somebody that's close to their age to get them out of this funk. And because she's technically 940 years old, in reality she's 900 some odd years old. Technically, she's still only 25. Because she was just in the academy and just made ensign on her first year of Discovery. And then she got thrown 900 years in the future. So to her, she just got out of the academy herself. I think they were looking to have someone young. We need a young person to help the other young people get over this traumatic incident. But then at the same time, I'm like, did you not have any young people that experienced the burn? Like, what the fuck, over? That was a traumatic incident.
Well, they wouldn't be young anymore, right? That would have been what, 120 years ago.
Okay, do you not have people that survived pirate attacks?
Yeah, no, I mean, there's it sounds like life is really rough after the burn. So why isn't everybody like? Everybody should have some trauma that they've dealt with, because life after the burn is difficult. You know, you don't have all the luxuries that you had prior to the burn.
Right.
You know, prior to the burn, it sounded like everything was utopian. Everybody had a replicator in every bedroom of their house, and you know, it was like nothing was ever needed, and you just had whatever you wanted. There was no poverty. Piracy was under control because you had an ample Federation patrol force out there. So, yeah, I feel like what trauma, like this thing that happened on the Miyazaki, to me just seemed like a normal Sunday. Like, that's just life after the burn is traumatic. So why are they making a big deal out of it for these cadets? You know, someone like Caleb, who, you know, has been through a ton of stuff. This is nothing for him. So he shouldn't have been traumatized. And the hologram shouldn't have been traumatized. Why was the hologram traumatized? That doesn't really make any sense. The Betazoid, you know, okay, she popped a bunch of people's heads, but she saved lives. So why is she traumatized? I don't really get that part. You saved people's lives. And her trauma was she was blaming herself for being a monster or something. I mean, she only killed people that were trying to kill her fellow cadets and had killed them. You know, they had killed one cadet and one instructor. So that whole trauma thing just seems like bad writing in a way, just because they're desperate to come up with some material for an episode. But then I just didn't like how when she came back, you know, just the lack of respect for Tilly, because supposedly Discovery crew, you know, there's this aura around the Discovery, you know, they have this glow around them, right? Discovery is coming to save the day. I mean, Discovery did come back and save the Federation after the burn. The Federation was withering away. Discovery came back and figured out how to get the dilithium problem solved. You know, everything that happened in the Federation getting back on track with even reopening Starfleet Academy, that's all because of Discovery. So Discovery crew are considered legends. So for Tilly to come back, and then everybody's just like, yeah, what are we doing? Why are you teaching us this? Blah, blah, blah. It's like, Dude, this is Tilly.
is
You guys
legend.
need to step back or just move on. I would have been like, expelled, all of you.
Yeah.
You show this much
I wouldn't
disrespect to
have been.
Tilly, expelled everybody. Show's over. Starfleet Academy,
Oh, yeah.
season 1 canceled
Disrespect.
because of that disrespect to Tilly.
I mean, they've been disrespectful to the entire staff. I mean, already they would have been expelled for all the other shit they've done, and they haven't. So this is literally Saved by the Bell in space. Like, if you go back to think of all the shit that they did on Saved by the Bell, all those kids should have been expelled or possibly in some sort of juvenile detention center. And none of them ever were. Same thing with 90210 until later in the years where people went to jail and shit like that. But it's TV. And it's like, man, you guys probably should have thought this out a little bit more. Like,
That's Gen
none of
Alpha
it's
writing.
realistic. Yeah. And this
It's Gen Alpha writing. It's entitlement writing. You know, it's like, oh no, these students are entitled to be cadets at Starfleet Academy. Even though they swallow their comm badge, they're still entitled to be here.
Yo, this
I
is
wanna
the
go-
first episode I don't think I've seen her in.
No.
I want to go
I didn't
back to
see-
Tilly. I mean, how is Tilly even qualified to teach at Starfleet Academy? I mean, that would be like us having somebody
they love
900
Starfleet.
years ago. What's that?
Because there's no other people around. That's the influx of personnel. They got to use everything.
Yeah, but 900 years, that's a long time for, what is she teaching? I mean, but okay, theater.
General ethics and people and
How to be spunky.
Did you
and
say
she
how to be
wasn't,
spunky?
and that's what it was. Spunky, she was not in this
Right.
episode.
She was spunky in Discovery.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now she's war torn. She's got PTSD. I mean,
She's a
every
little
person
older,
other
more
than
mature.
her crew, all of her friends, family are all dead. Other than the crew of Discovery. And so far, like we still never hear or reference anything other than what we see on the show. Reno, that's it.
Speaking of
Tilly, that's it. You didn't hear Tilly go, "Hey, oh yeah, I talked to Burnham, a couple of parsecs ago or whatever, how long ago. Hey, they're doing well and blah blah blah, and so, yeah, they took a." You didn't hear any kind of camaraderie of, "Hey, Reno, long time no see. How you doing? I didn't see you at the Discovery reunion," or any of that.
there's no Discovery. They haven't retired yet.
They've all gone their separate ways.
Burnham is still the captain of the Discovery.
Is she? Because at the end of Discovery, she's no longer the captain of Discovery.
Well, yeah, that's because that's 60 years in the future when she retires.
Okay, you're telling me that you're telling me that the entire crew of Discovery is gonna stay on Discovery after everything's said and done, everything's cool, no one's in immediate danger. We just threw you 900 years in the future. You got to stay on your ship. You can't go to Earth. You can't go to your home planets. You can't see what's been happening, what's been done in the last 1,000 years. You're telling me everyone's going to stay.
Well, you
around?
keep saying 1,000 years like they've actually lived that time. They haven't. They've only lived 25 years of their lives or whatever, however old they are.
Okay, let me ask you this. I throw you 100 years into the future, right? And you're on a ship. You've been serving on that ship for the last year, but I throw that ship 100 years in the future. And now you're in the future. Are you telling me you're not going to see what's up with your kids? Hey, no. Kids carry on?
No,
Where's
I'm
my
just
brother?
saying from an experience perspective, you don't have 900 years of experience. You only have 25 years of experience.
No, she doesn't have 20. No, but what she does have is their original core values of Starfleet as it was.
Yeah, the old Starfleet.
in the
Right.
book. And that's what they were trying to get back to, is they're trying to get back to the OG
Yeah.
Starfleet.
Well, here's another thing that I was thinking about is the whole time travel aspect, right? Obviously, Starfleet time travels whenever it's convenient for the writing of the story, right? And so the Discovery crew chose to go 1,000 years into the future so that the computer thing, what was that thing called? The Central Core or something? I
The
forgot what it was.
Allspark.
No, that's a wrong franchise.
Commodore?
No. The whatever the computer was.
The Great Intelligence.
Yeah, it was accumulating all this knowledge, and so Burnham said, "We got to take this knowledge into the future so that it doesn't fall into the wrong hands." And that's why they went into the future. But what I don't get is leave all that information in the future, purge it from Discovery, or even just grab another ship and now go back to your normal time. You know, it's like
The Vulcan Science Academy has determined that time travel is not possible.
well, yeah, that was an Enterprise. That was pre-warp 6 capability.
Being able to use the warp engine to generate a bubble like Kirk did and that Spock did, or being able to wrap around the sun, or being able to use an inverse tachyon beam. I mean, any of the other 8 ways to time travel.
Yeah. I mean, look how easy it was for Enterprise E when they chased the Borg to the past in First Contact.
Exactly. Hey, initiate a tachyon warp bubble to go get them.
Because even though, I mean, they followed the Borg sphere into the past, but they had to generate their own little wormhole to get back to the present, which was, a couple hundred years or like 400 years in the future. So there's obviously a cheat sheet somewhere on how to jump from time to time.
Here's Kirk's 3 methods. Here's Jean-Luc's method.
Just alter the intermix.
Yeah.
And here's Archer's method.
Anybody can do it.
My thing is this. If it is such a big deal, why is it not on par with the Omega Protocol?
I think the Omega Protocol is just silly.
Yeah, they're like, oh my God, we've detected the Omega Protocol. We must stop whatever you're doing, destroy everything. Like, you could time travel.
Yeah, everybody lock yourselves in your quarters. Only the captain can now handle this Omega situation.
Refresh my memory. What is this Omega Protocol?
The Omega particle is the God. It's like
particle.
Yeah, it's like the particle that
I thought you said protocol.
100 years prior to Voyager, they were trying to tap into the Omega particle in a star base, and they had an accident, and it destroyed warp travel in the whole sector. Subspace was destroyed.
I.e. a minor burn.
Yeah, that's kind of a burn.
Or when antimatter and matter meets.
Well, that's not the same. That's just an antimatter matter.
It's the
collision.
same.
I mean,
it's
that's what happens in the warp drive.
Right. That's warp. That's your car.
controlled.
That's your starship carburetor.
That's how they power
on.
the starship.
Right. That's
What?
not the same thing as
What?
the Omega
Whatever.
Protocol. So the Omega Protocol is basically the theoretical protocol that sparked the entire universe and life. Like the Big Bang Theory, it's the pop that started it. And what
Darth Maul says they don't want the TVA. They don't want the TVA to come.
Yeah, they don't want to start another pop because it would be like time traveling and being in the same place, the same location as yourself. The two can't coexist at the same time. So if you create another Big Bang,
Wait, that's not true.
Out this.
You're talking Back to the Future time travel logistics.
Well, I mean, hey, Ant-Man said it. These are the rules of time travel.
Right. No, I think because remember, no, we're sitting here talking about make-believe stuff. I'm about to argue with you about make-believe stuff.
Got him.
But don't you remember Captain America fought himself?
Yeah. Right. So, but it's so that aspect of time travel doesn't
I can
matter,
do
but the
this
whole-
all day.
But the whole being, if you create another Big Bang in a universe that's already created, you're going to wipe out the other universe. So I don't.
Did you know
think
they're
it's
saying
true.
that there might not even been a Big Bang? That's tough to say. Might not
I
even
think
been a Big
that-
Bang.
I think that it just creates another universe, like the mirror universe. So what happens if you use the Omega particle and you create another Big Bang, and it creates the Bizarro universe? You know, kind of like how we have a mirror universe where everything is opposite. I mean, there's so
And
many
then the
different ways you can
Bizarro.
go with it, but time travel, even if that were the case, so let's say we're in Starfleet. Tom finds the Omega Let's back this up. PVG finds the Omega Protocol,
Oh shit!
and he's all I'm playing with it. And Tom's like, "Oh shit, Omega Protocol, we've got to destroy everything." And then I say, "Well, that's true, but how about I just go back in time, and before the alarm goes off that alerts Tom, I kill Tom or I kill the alarm, and now
Smart.
PVG is still with the Omega Protocol, and then creates it like." So time travel should be on the same par of severity as the Omega Protocol, because it negates any kind of an alarm system of the Omega Protocol. You just go back 2 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever, depends on how far away you are, and negate it.
Yeah, if the Omega particle is that dangerous, then you would have your time cops, your Agent Daniels or whoever it was.
Yeah.
He would just say, all right, they screwed up with the Omega particle at stardate, 62443.1. So we're going to go back to 62243.0, and we're basically going to disable their impulse drive so that they can't make it over to that, to that place where
We're going to gently nudge them in a different
Yeah.
direction. We're going to cause a failure that's going to delay their route. We're going to create a signal that says this is over here, and they got to go investigate that. That's going to lead to something completely different. And they're never going to go over by that rock where the Omega particle is.
Yeah.
They're never going to find it.
Yeah.
And then once they're gone, we'll go and pick it up and do something with it, save it like kryptonite.
It's almost like the Omega protocol actually makes things worse.
Particle.
No, the protocol is the way that the captains are trained to respond to it.
Yeah, you lock down the ship, and only you, the captain, can see it.
Yep.
Now, here's the fucked up part. So, let's say you're on a ship like Janeway, and she knows the protocol because she's the captain. But let's say Janeway gets killed. Now, Chakotay's got to take over. And Chakotay doesn't know anything about the Omega Protocol because he never made captain. Now, what the fuck? Let's just say that when she became first off, or when he became her first officer, he tells her, hey, there's an Omega Protocol. I can't tell you what it is, but if I'm never around and you're ever in this situation, this is what you need to do so that you can get clearance to get read in on it. Okay, great. Let's say both of them die now. Who's taking over?
The A-team.
No, I think it's the I don't think it's the doctor. I think it's either a science officer or whatever. In that case, it was Seven or Harry Kim. And he definitely doesn't know anything about the Omega Protocol. So then, what the fuck? Like in combat situations like that, like, how does that work? How does that protocol work? Everyone should know about the Omega Protocol and just not have clearance to do anything with it. Because if you kill that chain of command, now you're in a situation where nobody knows what the Omega Protocol is, and they're more concerned about, well, let's shut off this alarm and go about our day. Because nobody knows what the fuck it is.
Right.
If we
100%.
all right, let's we're gonna do some scores because we always grade, right? We always rate the latest episode of Starfleet Academy, and so there's not a lot to talk about because it was more. See, my problem with this episode is we have to believe that this was really that traumatic. And that's my problem is this to me is just normal life after the burn. people that get killed, your friends, your family, people in your neighborhood. Who are the people in your neighborhood? They get, after the burn, there's pirates. I mean, there is lawlessness. It's almost like the Wild West. Like space has become like this frontier land, and there's just chaos. So for them to make a big deal out of this one little thing that happened on the Miyazaki, to me, it's hard to believe that it's that traumatic. Like, I just don't buy it. Like, it's not believable writing to me. So that's going to steer me to a low score. Just saying. If I give a low score and you want to know why, that's why. Plus, PVG got me like Eggnog Moonshine.
That just sounds nasty.
It's actually not bad. All right.
Okay. PVG, what's your score?
Do you want to give a little, before we give our scores, give your feelings of the episode?
I give it a 3.
I
give it a 3. Now,
okay.
it's...
Have you not learned not to give a score before PVG? Because he's always going to copy one.
No,
it's all right. It's all right. It's tough for PVG.
I don't think Tilly was qualified to
Don't you
teach
talk bad
anything.
about Tilly. I will come after you.
No, she's looking good,
She's not looking good. She's not looking good. I feel like she's qualified, but I don't think she's looking good.
She wasn't as spunky as she used to be. And I get it. She's older, more mature.
I mean, if the Klingon can wear a skirt, why couldn't she? I'm just saying.
I was waiting for that. I didn't. How is it? Is he really a Klingon? Like full Klingon? Because how did he get a cold?
He is. He's a full Klingon. He's got two Klingon dads and one Klingon mom.
I've never seen Worf get a cold.
And then getting back to Tilly, maybe she just arrived at Academy because
Did you say getting back to Tilly or getting to Tilly's back? Oh,
getting back to Tilly. She was probably just getting to the Academy because she was updating her credentials to teach. That was 900 years.
Right. No, I hear you.
So
she had to take some like after hours classes at the community college?
Well, no, she might be qualified to teach at the primary level, but
YouTube is still around, right?
Yeah, but
is YouTube still around?
Is
there
it?
social media in the future?
Absolutely.
I don't know. What else would they do? What do you got to scroll while you're taking a dump? Like
TikTok, man. TikTok's still out there.
Or do you just transport your poop out of your bowels?
There you go.
Why not?
There you go.
Or if you're eating replicated food, can't you just say, all right, that's just a hologram.
Stay forever slim.
This is hologram food. All right, so you're giving it a 3.0?
And I'm not finished. And the Betazoid, she kind of, it seemed like she was like loopy all the way through this whole episode. But I'm contributing that to PTSD, Even though she was clear to go back to the Academy, or it was still there. And then for Sam, she had to, to continue in life as she knows it, as we know it. She had to have a memories of her from age 1 to whatever how old she was, 70 years old.
You just reminded me of something else that bothered me about the episode. The EMH. What the hell was up with him crying and going through his trauma?
Yeah.
That made no sense to me.
I got see, hold on, please. I'm okay with that. I am okay with that portion. And I get it. So, and I totally didn't even think about this.
Because you had blocked it out.
No, you could, but the whole thing is, once he was at Voyager and he was like, I want to expand my programming. After that, it was these motherfuckers are on 2 different color sets.
I know.
All right.
I was gonna say
after he expanded his program, he was like Data, wanted to get all the full range of human emotion. So when he went to that planet and he lived an entire lifetime and had kids, he was like, that's like Data going through the barrage of emotions in like 5 minutes. He went through an entire lifetime. And it was like, I don't want to go through that ever again. He didn't have a counselor for him. He just held in. He was straight up Gen X. Hold that shit in. You don't talk about, I got to get back to work. And he's like, I'm just not going to deal with it again. Then, unbeknownst to him, he's now he's not really thrown into the future. He lives that 900 some odd years because he's a hologram. I mean, he's basically living forever. And he hasn't programmed himself to self-terminate like Data did, which that's on file, and he still chooses not to do it. So he says, I've seen everyone I've loved or cared about die. That's just talking about his crew. That's not talking about the family he had on the planet where he lived. So he's now gone through great loss twice. He's like, I'm not going to do that a third time. Because I was like, dude, you're a hologram. She's a hologram. Hold the bitch's hand. Like, why are you being a punk? Why are you being a little bitch about it? Man up.
Yeah.
And then 100%. I realized when he was saying, I'm sorry, I can't hold your hand. This is why. I was like, okay, I get it. I get why you're doing it. You luckily got a 4th chance. And he stood up and did the right thing, acted like a man for the first time and not a hologram, and raised that child. He raised that baby.
But then the EMH and Data, they never had to live a childhood or have memories as being a child. So
no, but the EMH was programmed by his original maker, did. So that's programmed into him because he learned how to show empathy and all this other shit. So all of that is programmed into him. And then when he met up with I was gonna say Zephyr Cochrane, but that's not it. Whatever his dude he's modeled after.
Dr. Zimmerman.
When he went back, he updated the doctor's programming. So it included more empathetic shit. So the doctor now has that. Yes, he didn't have a childhood, but the doctor also raised a child of his own. So he knows that. And, you throw in, what was Nicole Wildman? Was that her name? The kid on Voyager, the Wildman kid.
I can't think of her first name, but her last name was Wildman.
Yeah, so, you throw on that and throw on some of the other kids that grew up on Discovery. He's basically like I like to say, I don't have kids, but I have kids by proxy. I've seen how other people raise them. I've helped take care of some of those kids on times. You get experience from that. He carried that on, and now he raised another kid out of it on his own. That being the baby hologram Sam.
So all the algorithms went to the doctor.
Well, I think he has new algorithms, and that really didn't make any sense. But the Sam now has childhood algorithms of growing up and nurture versus nature.
I gotta get you some more of that shit.
I know Thomas.
I had a mouthful, so I couldn't swallow it. I couldn't spit it out, so I'm just like stuck.
Dude, gurgle. Dude, you need to preface that with you need a no Diddy button or pause button. Because what the fuck?
No Diddy button.
Man.
You already look like you're drinking a jar of spooge. So I mean,
It does look like it. Actually looks like some spooge mixed with heavy whipping cream.
right. That's yeah. So yeah, that's one
Thank
of the
you,
parts that
Magic.
I like. I also like that you get to see
Naomi Wildman.
Yes, that's what it is. I liked how you got to see she started out as a seed, as a chip.
Yeah.
I'm still curious though, where that physical piece of item is on her being that allows her to be hollow projected everywhere she goes.
I want to know where these
is it a
projectors are.
microstasis field? Is it something like where it's out of phase with the rest of the world so no one can see it? And
yeah, it could be quantum particles.
How is it that somebody's standard repulsor damaged her? I don't get that because she had shots go through her during the war games, and that didn't have any problems. So, and she's like, "Oh, I'm incorporeal." How, bitch?
Plot hole.
You went to war games. Why didn't you go incorporeal when you're under live fire? But maybe that's just the.
Or just turn yourself off. Like just disable yourself to be invisible or whatever, and then just deactivate yourself and like EMH would do,
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't really make much sense sometimes. But yeah, so Sam is basically reset from birth as the child of EMH. And so now she comes back. She seems very much the same, but I guess she's lived a childhood now, and EMH has raised her. So let's see what happens. I'm curious to see how that plays out in the future.
Like cans on cans.
No, I'm good. I got the mason jar. So he gave it a 3. What are you throwing? Are you gonna give us a little recap?
Man, I already got to go below 5 because half of it was about the whole play thing, and I didn't. Actually, I take that back because Sam had something to do with that. She was trying to explain how life. She was pulling a little data, so I'm gonna go 6. It's gonna be 6 or under. I'm not gonna be above 6, so I'm probably gonna say like 4.8.
4.8. Okay.
No, I said before we're going 0.25 increments, 4.75.
All right. Well, yeah, I had a lot I didn't like about it. And again, I don't know if EMH to me is based on the personality of Dr. Zimmerman, but he has evolved. He has taken on his own characteristics of that personality. And there's also
900 years of it as well. He actually lived the full 900.
There's also a theory, though, that a copy of the EMH was made on one episode of Voyager, and that copy went with another species.
Right.
So which EMH are we looking at here? The copy or the original?
Nope.
Or a whole nother EMH. Because didn't every starship have an EMH?
This is the original one here because he talks about, there's been several scenes where he talks about Voyager and coming home, getting home to Voyager. So he's not the copy that went with another species.
Okay.
He's not the copy that was left in the Delta Quadrant either. And he's not the ones that were left on, because there's a planet in the Delta Quadrant or in the Alpha Quadrant where there's a bunch of EMHs that are being used as miners.
Okay.
Where are those at? Aha.
And why would it be the EMH from Voyager? Is it because they left him, they kind of gave him sentient status? Because I'm guessing the other EMHs on every other starship, they just turn on and turn off as needed. But because Voyager was so relied on, that what did they do? Just say, look, for you, we're just going to make you a being. Like, we're just going to let you have
his holomatrix is different than everyone else's it's been expanded. Because remember, that was why he had to go to Zimmerman, why he had to get transported to Zimmerman to get fixed. And he's like, because Zimmerman's like, dude, you're well past what I programmed you to do. There's no fixing this. This is either reset you or, you know, your engrams or whatever they are called, neural net, has grown to such an extent that you can't be repaired. You either have to be fixed or we have to find a new way to handle you. And that's when he said, I found a new way to handle you so you can continue to grow. And then he added in the empathy and some other stuff that he couldn't before because it was limited by size.
Oh, PVG had stepped out. He might not have heard your score, but I think it was a 4.75.
You are correct.
4.75. Wow.
Wow, because it's high, huh?
Yeah.
Well, he's a big fan of Sam.
I am a big fan of Sam.
A big fan of Sam, I am.
That's funny how you put that.
As your people.
All
right.
It's a Dr. Seuss thing.
I had a hard time. Again, getting through the episodes is getting really difficult. It is not happening on one sitting. You know, and when we opened the episode, when we opened this podcast today, you know, we talked about how this episode of Starfleet Academy, none of us are waiting till midnight to watch it on Wednesday night.
No.
We're not even really watching it on Thursday. Like, I don't think I watched this episode until Friday night or even Saturday morning when I remembered.
I did not watch it. So even though we talked about it that time when you and I were talking, I didn't watch it until still the next day. Like when I was like, oh shit, I forgot it came out.
Happy
I didn't
Bastard
watch it until like
on the chat says 4.7 out of 5 or 4.75 out of 5 or out of 10.
100.
it's out of 10.
Out of 10.
Out of 10. All of our rankings are out of 10.
Yeah, so it wouldn't be something that you would want to buy because this would be less than a 50% score.
Right.
I like Sam.
I don't like Sam.
But I like the actress that plays Sam. I think she's a good actress.
I don't think so. All right, so my score is probably going to be, you know what? My score is going to be surprisingly high. 4.25. 4.25. That's pretty high for me.
Emotional damage.
It is.
I mean, I think they're over dramatizing this trauma. I think that EMH, this whole thing about not wanting to hold Sam's hand was kind of weird, but he tried to explain it. He's a little too emotional for a computer program, even with an emotion chip. But I am curious to see now how Sam is going to behave after going through this so-called childhood again with the EMH as a parent. I'm interested to see how that plays out.
I'm interested on who she's going to try and hook up with.
I don't even want to see that. You know it's going to be something gay, right?
Sam?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Probably a skinny dude. A skinny
It's
white
not going to
dude.
be a dude.
I think it's going to be Genesis. I think it's going to be Big Mouth.
What do you call her? Leviathan mouth?
Langolier.
Why can I not remember that word? Langolier mouth. Oh, and I always think about it too. Like the whole time I'm watching the episode, she's got this big grin on her face. I'm like, Leviathan mouth. Like zoom out of her face. Why are you doing that?
Langolier.
All right, Langolier mouth, aka Genesis, but
I think
yeah,
that's who she's gonna try to hook up
4.25.
with.
I almost thought there was going to be something between Betazoid and Genesis at the end of that episode when they're trying to comfort each other.
Yeah, I thought
I'm
that
like-
was going to be a
Like,
little.
oh, are we going to do this?
High five.
Are we going to go into the blurry, like the glowy, what do you call when Kirk would always glow and those girls in the old TOS episodes would glow?
The aura.
Yeah. It's like, oh, we're going to go into one of those scenes? Yeah, but going back to the thumbnail, none of this is Trek. Nothing here is Star Trek. This is not the exploration of space.
Yeah, the sand part is Star Trek.
Just a little bit.
I don't think so.
Man, it's Data and it's the Doctor. It's all of them
Yeah.
wrapped in one.
Yeah. That's about it.
It's not problem solving, though. What problem? Like, what kind of...
Oh, and why did Tilly leave? I thought she's supposed to teach.
I don't even understand why Tilly hasn't been there. Oh, I have a frog in my throat. Hold on.
Gribbit.
That's not a frog.
Why hasn't Tilly been there the whole time? If she left Discovery to be a Starfleet Academy instructor, why wasn't she already there, like getting her lesson plan ready for the last 2 years?
You know what? She was a substitute teacher.
No, substituting for what? None of that makes sense. The whole Tilly plot line doesn't make sense. And then she's out drinking with Ake and Nale, Captain.
Oh, and Nale, why can't she comb her hair once in a while? Man, at the end, it's like this shit like
Can we get her like a Starfleet beanie or something? Yeah, so
I don't know.
I'm rethinking my score. Maybe my score is actually a 3.75 now that I've had time to hear myself out loud. I just feel like there is so much potential. I think, I think that's why people are really disappointed in this show, because people just had high hopes. Uh-oh. Man, I just gotta go do a boo-boo.
Let's go poo-poo. Go poo-poo.
Happy says maybe she had leave. Oh, she had leave to use up before. She had PTO. Yeah. She might have had some PTO. You know, go explore.
Magic's still there. I see him.
Is that him? Oh, yeah. What's he doing?
He's that boy.
Ooga booga doo, ooga booga doo.
So,
He's hiding. He's hiding.
I don't know why he would turn on his BRB screen and then just sit there.
Emotional damage.
We can see you. Magix.
All right, I'm going to take a drink. Don't make me laugh. Oh, while we're kind of in an intermission, I'm going to give a shout out to some of the other Trek content creators. And Magix knows a lot more because he jumps on their podcasts and chats with them. But I'm going to give a shout out to Tachyon Pulse because he's always got the gossip. And JDA Talks Trek, he's got gossip too. So I keep an eye on those guys for their Trek gossip. You know, I think they've both reported that the writer from Enterprise has been seen at Paramount headquarters. And the rumor is possibly to write that Archer President series.
What writer you recall?
His name is like Sossaman or something. Yeah, so we could be getting a Star Trek United after this whole, I think we got to get through Starfleet Academy and Strange New Worlds season 4 and 5 and the Muppet episode. And then after those all wrap up, then we'll get into the Post-Kurtzman trek. So maybe some good stuff after that. All right, so I'll keep my score at 4.25 because I like the costumes.
That's just not a good reason.
I like the set design. The plots, though, are a little weak. I mean, we got 2 episodes left, so... And it's already been reported that Noose Braca is not in season 2. A.K.A. the final season. So they've got to wrap up his storyline in the next 2 episodes. Which means I think we got to wrap up the Caleb mommy issue storyline. Which doesn't feel like there's been any traction on. Like,
that's because it's going to be the mom is the queen of the pirates. I have a feeling that's what's going to happen. The mom is the queen of the pirates. Noose Braca was the guardian.
Daddy of Caleb.
No, he's not his daddy because he's human.
He's the guardian.
Oh, who's his dad then? Tom Riker.
Yo, that you could. No, you can't do that because he's dead.
Unless he time traveled.
Unless he stuck himself in another transporter for another 1,000 years.
It's Archer's kid.
No, I think Caleb's mom is going to be the pirate queen, and she needed her son to have to have a hard knock life, so that when he came of age, he could take over the pirates and be rough and know how to deal with that.
But I do think his dad's going to be a factor. I think his dad's going to be a factor. We're going to find out who his dad is. I think
possibly, but I think the more pertinent thing is that Noose Braca is his guardian, and that's why he's always been let go. And I think Ake knows that, and she's been hiding it this entire time.
What if? Because what if his dad is Burnham's?
Why didn't she blow him up?
Yeah.
Burnham's boyfriend?
What if that's his dad?
No, dude, that's just dumb.
What if he has empathic powers, like Burnham's boyfriend?
I feel for you.
What's his name?
Maybe his mom is really related to.
He looks like a Mo. Is his name Mo?
No.
Who the hell are you talking about?
Hell no, I'm not talking about the Three Stooges. Burnham's dude from Discovery.
Ah, shoot.
The one with the cat.
Yeah, I don't know.
Where's IB in the chat? Why isn't IB in the chat?
He hasn't been on the last episode either.
IB, IB, did you leave us? Oh man, we need a new IB. Do we need a new Trek bot?
IB, I need your address.
IB left us. Him and crewman Karen bailed on us because of my bad attitude about Starfleet Academy.
Wow, I can't believe that.
But PVG gave the lowest score of the week.
Yeah, people don't like how you're not an ally.
Well, I try to be supportive of the L and the B and the G.
You know, I had high hopes on this academy.
But I don't support all the letters, I guess.
Not so much.
That's the problem. Just 3 of the letters.
Stop it.
Well. So I gave my score 4.25, just in case anybody missed it. I watched an episode of Voyager.
Shit out of me now.
I watched an episode of Voyager today. It's the one where Tom Paris hooks up with this dude's wife.
Oh, and gets set up for murder?
Yes. But it again shows me how bad Harry Kim is. Because Harry Kim is just a pawn. He is
I totally get where you got Mo from.
Just a wingman?
Because his name is Cleveland. Cleveland, Bone Thugs, Mo Bone. That's the people I'm going with. Is
Look
that,
at you. That took a lot of deep thought. And
no,
Chief Scott says Chief Scott is
looked it up.
Oh wait, by the
name
way,
is
Chief
Cleveland
Scott is a
Booker.
big fan of Starfleet Academy.
He is. He told me that himself. He says
Good?
Chief Scott.
it's the best thing that happened to Star Trek.
Yeah.
Because Chief Scott is an ally, by the way.
Oh my.
Ally of something.
How much would I have to pay to take away his Stream Deck?
Well, nothing now because had I not bought the new one for the Inside
Vulcans
Studio.
never bluff.
Oh, wow.
What's up? I was gonna
Who's
say
locked?
if we were on Twitch, we could have an option to use channel points to disable his Stream Deck so he couldn't push them for like certain periods of time. I would subscribe to our channel just to do that. Because the old mods and all that's all that's just all the time.
Chief Scott, we want to like the new series. All I can
But
say
his
is
name
we
is
wish
Cleveland Booker.
we wish we could like it. Is that his real name, Cleveland?
Yeah, it's Cleveland Booker, played by David Ajala. And the only thing I could think of why you said Mo was Cleveland and Bone Thugs.
Mo Braca. Why is that coming?
Because
I don't know. He just looks like a Mo.
Mo.
What is his name?
Mo,
What is his
Mo.
name in the show?
It's Cleveland Booker, but he goes
Really?
by Book.
Why would
Yeah, he goes
why would his
by
name
Book.
be Cleveland? He's
C-O-O.
not even from Earth.
He's a British guy.
Dude, he was named. You didn't watch Discovery. He was named after somebody else.
Who? I'm thinking of the white guy before that.
Did you watch Discovery?
Yeah.
Burnham has a love interest in season 3, 4, and 5.
Right. The one that's part Klingon.
A man of color. He's not part
always-
Klingon. What are you talking
Magix.
about?
Who is that? He
Are
was
you trying
part
to say
Klingon.
all Klingons are black people?
No, he was the
I mean,
white
you
guy.
said he's a man of color.
Racisms.
Man of color means he's black.
My God. Here, hold on. Let me look.
Look it up.
Are you
Just
talking
look
about
at a picture of him
Are you
and
talking
see
about the
the.
white guy that is actually a Klingon?
Are you talking about Ash Tyler?
Yes, Tyler.
Oh, come on! You're
He's
in
not
seasons
part
1
Klingon.
and 2. We're talking about 3, 4, and 5.
Son of a
He's a
bitch.
Klingon.
Ash
just
Tyler's a Klingon.
Right. That's what
Full-on
I thought you were
Klingon.
talking about.
Yeah.
I think she had a hot for him too.
No. They had a love interest, but then when she went to the future, she met Book,
Right.
and they had a love
Getting
interest.
Primo vibes here.
Yeah, come on, you're multiversing, and we're here in person.
FYI, I think the actor that played Book was up for a James Bond role.
No, you're thinking of
No,
Idris
you're
Elba,
thinking of Idris Alba.
but they're
and-
black, so we get it.
Yeah, we get how you
they all
get them
look alike.
confused.
He says that jokingly.
I'm bullshitting. You know that.
No,
He's got two. He knows two black people now. His friend and me.
Oh yeah, Willie. Where's Willie? I thought Willie was coming to hang
I
out.
don't know. No, that invitation is still open.
Okay.
Willie works third shift, so he might be at work right now.
Are you trying to say he's poor?
No,
That's,
he's got
that
more.
sounds like
he's
straight
got
out
more
of
change
a
than I
plot
do.
out of Good Times right there. Keeping his head above water. Beans don't burn them.
I don't mind.
Your first shift,
I'm first shift.
so that makes you a better person.
No, I worked 18 years on third shift.
All right, and third shift is bad, right?
It's the worst.
Okay, well, so you're
I'm-
saying Willie is the worst.
no.
You're come on, I'm trying to get some information here.
Willie's my brother.
Actually, he's not. He's just.
But you
another
made a
person.
point of saying he was third shift.
Oh my gosh, so was I.
You downgraded his profession.
Ah,
Downgraded
jeez.
him as a person.
Willie's going to be on here.
Nobody wants to
He's going to knock your ass
Nobody
out.
wants it to be public knowledge that they're third shift. That's like saying you're on Snap.
Somebody's got to keep it going.
Right.
Third shift. That's who cleans up.
The lowest person on the totem pole is third shift.
No. He may choose to be on third shift. I remember on third shift, I'd come home 7 o'clock in the morning, get my second wind. I'd be barbecuing on the balcony, you know.
Yeah, it's at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
I used to do that.
People are saying, what is he doing?
Yeah.
Good old days.
The good old days.
Yeah.
You didn't know they were the good old days, but now you do.
When men were men and sheep were nervous.
This is why, yeah. So if you're interested on coming on the Technically Track show here, we will be looking for a new co-host.
Well, we have 2 empty chairs.
Magix, you've got to come out here, man.
I do not. No, I do not.
Yes, you do.
After a statement like that, I do not.
I will buy you a brewski.
He'll buy you an O'Doul's.
We will go out and have a production meeting like
no,
you
we
never
will
had.
not, sir. We
yes,
will not.
we will. Yes, we will.
I will. No. So.
So I was talking about this episode of Voyager where Tuvok gets really logical. He does a mind meld with Tom Paris. And I guess Tuvok's mind meld supersedes the brain engrams or whatever, you know, like these people can, they have this technology so that they can rewrite your memories.
But they made it a Vulcan.
Right. So they've never been exposed to a Vulcan, and this Vulcan was actually able to tap into those memories.
Yo, what's going on?
What happened?
Yo, check out our live feed.
I see myself talking.
Oh no, it was all glitchy, matrixy.
I haven't seen that happen.
So we're in the Matrix.
Yeah, we're in a simulation. Happy says he really likes Starfleet Academy. He's on. He's finished 2 episodes. Kudos to Happy. Happy says the feed looks normal. So Magix might need to go out and check his cables and connections and call us back.
Happy we got a third seat, brother.
Where is Happy? Is he on the East Coast?
He's on the East Coast.
All right. Well, we're in the Midwest. We'll be looking for Happy's feed. His new, he's got a new feed coming out, right?
I'm sorry, he has what now?
He's got a new feed.
Yeah, that's something he's working on.
Oh, Pensacola. Okay. Sounds good.
Oh, I wish I was there.
Pensacola?
Yeah. I mean, it was like, what, 70 degrees yesterday, and now it's snow flurries?
Yeah, but you know what? Everybody likes building snowmen. I like making a snowman. You know, I have this theory. I made up a theory. I made up my own little thing, like an axiom. It's called the snowman theory. Every year of your life, you should build a snowman. Just because. Because it's part of your youth. So you should just build a snowman. So I do. Every year I build at least one snowman. This year I built 2.
You never know when that will be your last snowman.
Yeah. I built 2 snowmen this year. One was a big one, and then one was just a little one by the road. But that's just my life philosophy, is I like to build a snowman every year.
Any pictures?
Yeah.
I think I have some pictures.
You should document that.
I do.
That would make some good content.
I probably have it on the Ring camera of me actually building them.
There's a lot of things that I've seen of you on the Ring camera.
Yeah, I do stuff. I'm out and about.
Man about town.
Happy says he built a snowman last January. They got a foot of snow in Northwest Florida. Up in the Panhandle. I think they call it the Panhandle.
Yeah.
Watch out where the
no
Huskies
snow.
go. Don't you eat that yellow snow.
No snow here. You just get rain.
Yeah, we're gonna have supposedly at around midnight tonight, we're gonna have snow for like an hour and then rain for like the next few hours. So, but I don't think any of that snow is gonna stick because we're right at the threshold of freezing. I think we're gonna be at like 32, 33 degrees. So snow's not gonna stick.
Makes my life easier.
Yeah. All right. Oh, let me finish up my thought about that episode of Voyager where, so Tuvok does a mind meld with Tom Paris, and
Right.
he sees in the mind meld that Tom Paris and the guy's wife are the same height. And that's kind of how he starts to debunk the whole idea that Tom Paris actually did it, because Tom Paris is like half a foot taller than this girl when they're in the little, it's not a courtroom. I don't know. They're in some kind of, they might just be in this guy's living room of his house. But yeah, so Tom Paris is half a foot taller, and Tuvok says, see, this couldn't be him because if you look at the memory engram, they're the same height. So this is obviously AI or something. And ultimately, it's the little dog. They let the dog in, and the guy who, the doctor from this planet who was conducting the brain implants, he knew the dog. The dog was barking at everybody it didn't know. But when it came across this doctor, it jumped on him like they were best friends. And he said, see, if this dog didn't know you, if you had never been to this house before, the dog would be barking at you. And so Tuvok had proved that Tom Paris was innocent. And, well, another thing I don't get in this whole episode is they let Tom Paris go back to the Voyager, you know, and I guess there's some kind of implants that they put into Tom Paris to make him relive the dying moments of the victim. Like once a day, he had to relive like the last 5 minutes of the victim's life. That was his punishment for the rest of his life.
Right.
But couldn't the doctor have removed those implants and then they just warp out of there?
I would think.
I don't know. Some that didn't make much sense to me. But I try to play along. But what I watch for now when I'm watching Voyager is just how bad is Harry Kim. He's bad. Harry Kim is terrible as a leader.
He's undecisive.
He's indecisive.
He's an ensign. He's meant to be that way, dude.
Yeah, I know. And I'm on season 1 right now of my rewatch. So, you know what? He's an ensign and he says and does stupid things. So we'll let it slide. But once we get into like season 3, I'm going to expect to show improve.
Yeah, dude. I don't think you're going to see that.
No, we're not.
A slight improvement, but I don't see why you would assume that to happen.
Only
Like,
because everybody says,
why should that have happened within 1 to 2 years?
because of all the Star Treks, Voyager is one where they actually dealt with things on every episode. Like every episode of Voyager, you're dealing with a new species, a new challenge.
That ain't got shit to do with life experience. What I'm saying is, why would that make him a better leader? You're dealing with shit every day, so you're constantly dealing with something new. You have no time to decompress.
That makes
So
you
why
better.
would that?
If you have to face challenges every day, you get better.
He get used to it.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
like when
get
you
better,
worked
you
at
get combat ready, but
when you worked at
don't-
Pizza Hut, you got better. When you had to man the cut table on a Friday night, you got better at the cut table.
that didn't
Might
make
have
me a
been.
better manager.
Might have been his attitude.
Sure, it did.
No, it didn't. How
Because you knew the
maybe-
trials and tribulations of doing that cut table on a Friday night.
Dude, that does not make you a better manager. That just means you had more experience. That just literally meant I had more experience.
That's
The
right.
only advantage I could say is if I can do it, you can do it. Because I've done it. That's it. That doesn't make me a better manager.
That's
at
our next
managing
T-shirt.
people.
If I can do it, you can do it. And that'll be Harry Kim's face on that T-shirt.
I used to work at a printing company,
Uh-oh.
and I was considered a Pressman 1 because I ran the press. And I had a helper who was a Pressman 2.
What was her name?
It was a he. And the Pressman 2 can do everything that I did, and I was teaching him. He was like an apprentice. And whenever I'm not there, the Pressman 2 would come and do whatever I had to do. And now the Pressman 2 is comfortable with doing what he had to do, but he didn't have the responsibility because it was the responsibility of the Pressman 1. So there were people in the place I worked at who were Pressman 2s, and they never became Pressman 1s because they were comfortable in their position, and they didn't give a shit, say, hey, I'm making enough money to make me come back tomorrow. I'm good with this. I don't want the responsibility of a Pressman 1.
So how come you didn't become the owner of the company?
Because they shut down.
Oh, that's
How
the
long
only
were you a
reason?
Pressman 1?
18 years.
Oh, damn.
Oh, you didn't do
18
shit.
years? Did you ever get promoted to manager?
No,
he was
not
a Pressman
there.
1. That was it. He got comfortable. That's all he
What did you
wanted.
start at? What did you start at?
Oh, my gosh.
A Pressman 3?
No, I was a Pressman 2.
And then
When I
you got
started.
promoted. How long did
Okay.
it take to go from Pressman 2 to Pressman 1?
Probably a year and a
Okay.
half.
Wow. So you got your first promotion after 1 year, and then you worked another 18 years with you were Harry Kim.
Yeah, no. You, there was only so many spots for you want to be a supervisor at a print floor.
So that was it.
You got to wait
Pressman
until
2, Pressman 1 supervisor.
Yeah, and then you got to wait until the Pressman at the print floor died or quit.
So
or,
the supervisor had to die, and then you could get promoted.
yeah.
Damn. What about other companies? Like, was there only one printing press?
No, there was a lot more. There was after that place folded, I could have gotten a lot more.
Now, did you
was-
want to be a supervisor?
No.
Okay,
no,
so you liked being Pressman 1.
no. Before that, I worked at a hardware store.
Dude,
I worked for
Done.
from a
He
part-time
literally is
stock boy
walking
to a
in the
full-time.
Did you
stock
hate the
boy.
job for 18 years?
No, I made good money. Made a lot of money.
Hey, you make good
like-
money.
Good money.
This is not a great example, dude. This is not a good example.
I forget what this is.
Crewman Sherry says high-performing production employees don't necessarily make
Absolutely.
good men. Yeah,
Yeah. I don't want the responsibility.
I mean, I can say
I
that
don't-
for myself. I don't want to be a manager.
Yeah. I mean, I've been a manager before. I don't want to be the mom or the dad or the, to all these little.
Go ahead,
It's terrible.
Say it.
Sons of bitches. No,
What were you really going to say?
no, I've been a manager before, and
When?
you got to be a mom at a place called Hoods. Hoods got the goods, baby. It was
What does Hoods do?
it was a hardware store, and they still exist.
Where were they? In the ghetto?
No, they were in St. Louis and Illinois.
Okay, so in the
Look this
ghetto.
up.
You just said they were in St. Louis.
And it was just
Hoods.
too.
Hoods Hardware?
Holy shit. Hood's hardware.
It's a thing.
You had
Hoods do
order
it best.
and-
Hardware and gifts.
No, Hoods got the goods.
Oh, it's Hood's got the goods.
It was like it was a hardware store.
Did you ever get robbed?
No.
Okay, well then that name's not appropriate. Who was your boss? Was the owner's name Hood?
No.
Oh, that doesn't make sense then. Crewman Sherry says Hood's is still around.
Yes.
Is it Hood's Home Center and Discount?
Yes, it is.
And you were a manager there?
I was. Yeah.
Wow.
Yo, I'm looking at the photo. Your front Hood. I'm not shopping there.
Hood's got the goods, baby. I worked out of high school from a part-time stock boy to a full-time stock boy to assistant manager to a manager. And that we were owned by one owner. There were 3 stores, and there were other stores, but this particular branch was owned by one guy. And he eventually folded, and that store closed, and it's now Walgreens.
Were you there when it closed?
I was.
Oh, wow. So you must have been traumatized.
Yeah.
Heartbroken.
I think, what am I going to do now?
Did you go to Home Depot or something afterward?
No, I got a job at a printing company. Worked there for 18 years.
We know that story.
Yeah.
Pressman won.
Yeah.
And why did they call you a pressman? What are you pressing?
Because I worked on a printing press.
Okay. That makes sense.
So they just
you
made
were right
that
there.
shit up for your store, didn't they?
What were you printing?
Floor tile, bowling alleys, laminate.
Bowling? What do you mean you print a bowling alley?
It was a wood grain,
For the floor.
For the floor.
The lane.
It looks like wood, but it's not. It was just laminated.
Laminated
tile.
what?
Yeah, floor tile.
But what's it made of? Plastic?
Laminate.
What is laminate?
Laminate is compressed. I'm not 100% sure because
I don't know what it was.
No, I just
you just worked there for 18 years.
This stuff on paper, and they pressed it onto other papers, and it was I don't know what the thousands and thousands of pounds to make this laminate, glue and heat and whatever was involved.
It's a synthetic plastic.
It's like faux wood.
Is a substrate.
Laminate is a durable, cost-effective, multi-layered synthetic flooring.
There you
material
go.
designed to
So you
replicate
printed these things. So you would print. What would you do? Print like
It is
1,000.
the original 3D printer.
You would print 1,000 bowling alley floors and 1,000.
Thousands and thousands of feet. 51 inches, 63 inches across.
So you print the whole floor.
Oh yeah. It was just big rolls of paper.
Wow.
So,
Oh,
And you did
it's
that
the
for 18
laminate
years.
That's placed on top of MDF or HDF board. So basically, particle wood.
yes, absolutely. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's a big chunk of your life
yeah, pretty much.
that you spent doing that.
Yeah. And they paid me enough to come back the next day.
What was enough back then? What was your hourly?
$15.74 an hour.
Okay.
And what year was this?
Shit.
2022.
No, I remember
73?
when did the Twin Towers come down?
2001.
Yeah, since then.
That's when you
Wait,
quit
that's
there?
not very long
we
ago,
didn't
dude.
quit. We got bought out and everything got shipped
Well, in
over.
2001, you were making 16 bucks an hour, basically.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Back then, awesome insurance,
And you lived there. You lived in St. Louis.
I lived in Lebanon,
Oh, okay. Lebanon, Illinois.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. See, we deep dive into our crew,
Yeah.
Next week,
Those
we'll
are good
deep
old
dive
days.
into Magix.
Sure not. I don't remember half the shit anyway, so that's.
I know, right? I'm grasping it.
I'd be like, Tom, what was I doing that year?
Yeah, I mean, really, we just all have Pizza Hut and then some miscellaneous call center jobs.
Magix, there are 2 Pizza Hut restaurants that are still running that I know of. One in Carlisle.
Are they restaurants or are they delivery units?
No, restaurants.
Sit downs.
Sit downs?
Man, I miss those places.
Do they have lunch buffets?
Pizza does sound good. Like
I think so.
Wait, what's the second one you know of?
One in Carlisle, and where was the other one? O'Fallon?
I don't know. You have to tell me. Yeah, I don't know of any around here. But wait, you might want to rethink the Carlisle one. That might be gone.
No,
You sure that's not a Dairy Queen now?
No,
Oh,
it's
okay.
still there.
Okay. Yeah, Pizza Hut was a big part of our life. It may not have been a long part of our life, but it was impactful.
I'm thinking that in Mascuda.
it was memorable.
Yeah. I mean, when I started working at Pizza Hut, I was a waiter. I got hired as a waiter at Pizza Hut. And being a waiter just changes your whole personality. Because I was very like Robbie-like. I was very shy and quiet. But I was a waiter for a year. You can't be that way. You have to change.
Right.
So I became more extroverted. Got to make
I
them
never liked it.
tips.
Tom used to make me do it, and I didn't like doing it.
You got to get them tips.
I was a waiter.
I was better at driving. I was better at doing, like, give me a goal and a mission. I don't want to have to sit and kiss anyone's ass and hope that they liked how I didn't quite kiss their ass and hope for a tip. When it comes to driving, it is you ordered a pizza, I got it there in 15, you were expecting it in 20, I went above and beyond, tip me. Waiting is you ordered pizza, sat down, and let your kid run around. I didn't beat the shit out of your kid. You should tip me.
Absolutely.
And back then we had to serve that first slice.
Oh.
Yeah, fuck that.
That's
I hated that shit. I was like, you know what? Put me back on dishes. Actually, I think I said put me on the cut table because that was like the hardest job was to run the cut. And like you said, on a Friday night to run that cut because you got 2 ovens going.
It was usually a 2-man team on after we did the remodel and we had the triple decker Middleby Marshall oven. I mean, one person
it
alone.
Was unless you were me or Elliot, we learned to run that whole thing by ourselves, or unless somebody kept fucking up, then it became a 2-person team when somebody fucked up. Yeah. Or if waitresses.
Well, because once there's one mistake, then it's like the dominoes start falling.
Yeah, when one waitress leaves a pie sitting there because the table said bring we want our salads first, bring in our pie last, and they put in the order and you're literally letting a pizza sit there for however long and you're backing up the table, then it becomes a 2-person job to get caught up.
Or if you run out of boxes and then you got to start folding boxes at the same time as you're cutting. Oh, hey. I think Crewman Patty's in the chat. No, that's Chief Scott, not Crewman Scott. Show some respect. I remember when the sandwich would come out of the oven, boy, you get mad. You'd be like, oh my God, there's a sandwich in this oven.
I remember someone hated making spaghetti.
No, that was Robbie. He hated sandwiches and spaghetti. You would hear the pan start getting thrown around in the back. Whenever you hear like a big pan slam against the floor, then you knew someone just put in a sandwich order.
Like
it is funny.
Crewman Patty says, "Oh, geez, Pizza Hut, really?"
There's just a lot of Pizza Hut stories.
But here's the thing. So here's how this ties into Star Trek. PVG, you may want to stay for this because I'm not going to retell it. But your bladder is about the size of a baby. So
baby's bladder.
Our Star Trek discussion started at Pizza Hut.
Yeah, for sure.
Because Store 6, I never remember which one
that was the one by the fire station, the one
Store
in the
6.
old one, the old Pizza Hut.
Because Tony and Russ. No, Russ worked at the other one near the one I ended.
You're talking about Tony, the dude who was married to Nita?
No, Tony Stennis.
Oh, okay. Tony Stennis. Yeah.
So he would always come by and talk about, because he worked at the Domino's, and he would always talk about Star Trek shit. Or whenever we'd have to go raid one store for another, we'd talk about Star Trek shit. And obviously me and Art knew each other because we went to school together. And then it became we start one debate at one store. Tony goes to another store, starts talking it there with Russ. Then one of them's coming back to our store. And then we send a delivery by the other store. We're stopping by. That's that bullshit. Picard went and do this. This is that. And like literally the whole debate would start. Inner Pizza Corporation Star Trek debates would occur. That would last the entire
what's funny,
weekend.
What's weird is comparing my knowledge now compared to back then, I feel like I must have known very little back then. Because now I feel like I know so much more. Like I've blasted through DS9. I've actually, Enterprise wasn't even out back then. But I've watched Enterprise.
We had OG. We had Next Generation.
A little bit of Next Generation by then.
And I don't think...
we might have had one or two of the Next Generation movies.
I don't even think we got the Next Generation movies. No, I think we may have got one.
Well, I left Sierra Vista in 1995, so it would have had to have been before that.
Let's see.
So we'll have to look at the timeline on that, but it's not official, but I will make it official now. I am doing a Voyager rewatch. So I've started the Voyager rewatch.
What season? First
We
season?
got Generations.
Okay, so Generations had been out.
Generations was 94, and then First Contact was 96.
Oh, so we wouldn't have been able to talk about
First Contact. I was probably still in. Yeah, I was still in service because I don't think I moved to Phoenix till 97.
All right. So we would have We would have been talking Star Trek and UPC codes. That would have been it.
Yes, and Mexico, and Douglas. Nogales and Douglas.
Yeah.
And camera. No, I don't think we were doing camera mounts then.
No,
for the cars.
Not yet. That would have been in when we moved up to Phoenix.
I think that was the beginning of the discussion of making an audio recording of us driving and doing scenery. Right now, if you were averaging 70 miles an hour, to your right, you should see Mustang corners.
So we would have been talking Star Trek. We would have been talking AOL.
AOL, Yahoo.
And Marla Leedy. Did you see his neck whip?
Yeah. Who's Marla?
There were a couple. Oh, no, strictly. No, and actually DJing.
Yeah, DJing. I mean, DJing was automatic. That was that was a given. DJing was a given.
Richest Store.
Reflections. PDQ up in Tucson.
You guys were DJing by then?
We've been DJing since before, well before then. Yeah. I started DJing in like 86, 85.
Tom DJ'd my junior high graduation, and that's when I was like, DJs are real, not just on the radio. And I was like,
but I think that was me and Grandstaff together. Shout out Tom Grandstaff.
That was you, Grandstaff, Aaron Green. He was one of the only other black dudes I knew that had a decent looking Jerry curl. I think his brother or somebody was either that or it was Robbie.
I don't know. Yeah, it might have been Robbie.
Dude, And it was a tall, lanky dude. And then I
Okay.
got that interview, and I was like,
Yeah,
wait
it's
a
probably
minute.
Robbie.
I was like, do you know Tom Grant? And you're like, yeah, I know Grant stuff. I was like, oh. I was like, I fanboyed out. I was like, I got to get this job here because Kevin didn't want to hire me as a delivery driver. Because I think
I still talk to Tom Grandstaff. He works at a defense contractor, telling me about aliens and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But then that's where
And
where
directed
I got
energy
into my
weapons.
We need to get him in the third chair.
Yeah, directed
That'd be
energy
an interesting
weapons.
show.
But all right. Well, we're gonna wrap because I don't want to have to put up my "Be Right Back" sign, and it's starting to get a little cold in here.
It's raining.
I had to have a brief discussion with someone. That's why I did the "Be Right Back," and I had to start muting because they were just standing there. And I was like, I wanted to say something.
Yeah, we saw that you didn't get out of your chair.
I didn't because So here's the thing: doctors are finally noticing what I've been telling them for years now is that her memory is degrading. So we took a barrage of tests, and she got like 50%, and she was like, "Well, that's out of what? That's still passing." I'm like, "No, this is not passing." And I was like, "No, your memory is shot." I was like, "You got to learn to accept that your memory is not what it used to be." She would joke about it for a lot. "Oh, you know, my memory is the first thing to go." I was like, "Yeah, because you still haven't called me by my real name in like 3 years." So yeah, it's at that point now where the doctors and everybody else are like, "All right, we need to test you for dementia and other things." And so right now today's top priority is someone moved her grocery list after she's already gone grocery shopping, but somebody moved the list and it had to have been me or somebody else in this house. And I'm like, it's only you and I here. I don't need your grocery list. You've already gone grocery shopping too, by the way. It's done. You might as well just throw the list away if you happen to find it. But regardless.
Be a good son.
That
play along.
I think so. You're watching Voyager right now. PVG, you still haven't finished Voyager. I know you haven't.
No, I'll start Voyager again. I'll start.
You gonna do a rewatch?
A rewatch.
How are you gonna rewatch something you haven't finished?
Have you
I'll
watched
watch it again? You know what?
Is it a rewatch or is it a first time watch?
No, it's a rewatch.
All right.
But you get my age, you forget shit. You know.
Have you had tests done?
No, not
You
yet.
should get the test done.
Hey, I'm probably as old as your mom.
You're probably not. I can guarantee you're not.
Are you in the triple digits?
Not yet.
Oh, then you're not that old.
Yeah, you're not anywhere near it. But
Too
yeah,
many
so
blows
there
to
were
the Too many
the
blows
worst
to
thing
the head.
is, they gave her the test. I was like, "Yo, so where's the test? Where's the paper test?" Because I had them do it the one time she was in the hospital. When she broke her hip and she hit her head, I had them do it then. They did a printout, and she did okay. And this guy, little young kid, comes in, and he keeps telling her this stuff, and I'm like, "You're not a good teacher, dude." I was like, first of all, print out the test and give it. Well, we can only give it on the iPad. I was like, she doesn't know what an iPad is. She doesn't know what to do with that. Well, this is how you do it, and I'll show her. And he's like, all right, so what you're going to do, and he's just literally, so go ahead and double tap and then swipe. I'm like, bitch, this wasn't even a thought when she was born or as a teenager or anything. She has never had this. She doesn't know what double tapping is, swiping left, swipe. She doesn't know any of that. So he was getting frustrated. So I ended up just telling her things like the instructions, and he's getting more frustrated than I would normally be. And I was like, look, man, explain it to people of her age like this in simple terms. They are not teenagers. They're not 40-year-olds. They do not know smart devices. Why is my heater turned on? She obviously just turned on the heater in the living room because she turned on my heater as well.
Her little toes get cold.
And that's fine. I need to rename my heater because when you get a chance, look up the AARP Echo devices or Amazon devices. And it's
Oh, wow.
It's a
Do they have
It's a
jitter?
Saturday Night Live script, and they're like,
I thought they had a
Esther.
jitterbug.
They're like, Esther, what time is it? How many did Satchmo put out last night? It's just, and I thought me and Infinity have been laughing about it for years, and then I come here and I taught her how to use the Alexa, and she'll be like, just calls it like 20 different names, and then I'm like, Mom, it's Alexa,
And
like your dog.
You guys are good people.
Yeah.
You and Infinity.
You're a good son.
All right.
No, I mean, don't.
We gonna
No, I mean, there are so many moms out there that don't have somebody like that helping them out. It's just.
Yeah, I'm not, dude. You're missing the whole indentured servant.
No, I get
aspect
it.
of the
I get
saying.
it. And I pray for you. I
Obviously, you're
pray
not.
for your mom.
all right, we gonna wrap.
Indentured servants out
Do I
there.
have a end screen button? No, I haven't programmed it on this OBS. I only have it inside the house. All right, we're gonna wrap. Starfleet Academy episode 8. All of our review scores below 500. So that should tell you that we don't like it in general, but relatively speaking, it was a highly rated episode. It was almost at a 50%.
I'm still trying to find a way to make watching Academy a drinking game, and I can't.
No.
Like there's like a drinking game for like TOS. So it's like every time the doctor says, "Damn it, Jim," you drink. Or every time he insults Spock, or anytime Janeway or Harry talks about wanting to go home, But I can't find how to make watching Academy a drinking game yet.
I know. How about whenever anybody cries, start crying?
There you go.
No one's really cried in the Academy yet.
Besides PVG.
Sam dropped a tear. Sam dropped a tear.
That's crying.
EMH was crying.
You're crying.
You were crying.
Dude, that's
cried.
That's called leaking. It is. It's literally leaking out. Like I gotta go back and stop doing my
glizzy
little
leak.
thing.
All right, damn.
Anyway.
All right. So for those of you guys that tuned in, we want to thank you. We had Chief Scott, of course. We had Crewman Craig, Crewman Sherry, Crewman Patty, Darth Maul, and anybody else who's watching. Please, if you haven't liked the video, do so. If you're still here, you gotta like it. If you watch this long, you gotta like it, because
Hey, you gotta at least tell people, go check out these idiots. I mean, just share it.
Yeah. We're funny, right? Like if you're doing chores around the house, just slap us on, throw us on, because you're just gonna, it'll help you get through your day. Like if you hear how bad our lives are, that just makes you feel better about your life. Oh, happy in the chat.
Happy Bastard Studios in the chat.
Yeah, number 2 ranked fan.
Magix, prayers for you, for your strength, and
we're
for
an
your
ally
mom.
for you.
Sanity is what I need.
We support what you're going through. Good night, everybody. We will catch you next Sunday. Like, subscribe, comment.
Wait, is this week the last episode, or do we have 2 more episodes?
2 more.
Oh, okay. I thought.
Oh, Infinity's on. Hey, what's up, Infinity?
Okay. All right, so we got 2 more episodes to go.
Two more, and we will be here to review
pull
them
that
for
rabbit
you.
out of the hat, with a bat.
Yeah. We out. Say bye.
Adios.
Nanu, nanu.
Bye bye.